Hello everybody, just give me a few minutes. We're just going to be spreading the word of the tea cult everywhere and then we'll get started. So today, this is a bit of a... This is a bit too loud, sorry. This is a bit too loud. Sorry, there we go. Right, hold on. There we go. Sorry, it was a bit too loud for me. If the music's a bit too quiet for you, just let me know. But yeah, today is going to be a study session today, so yeah, feel free to join in, peeps, when you can. And obviously, I'm just going to work my way down to everybody. So I apologise if I'm just going to be just a couple of minutes. Just remember, I do have other social medias. I have a Twitch, not Twitch, sorry, because I am already on Twitch. But for those who are not on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Divine Art. So if you want to follow me, guys, you can follow me on most of those social medias, okay? So feel free. And anyways, feel free to share. If you want to preferably jump on Twitch, feel free to, because obviously I'm trying to hit affiliate. So if I could get even just 3 people watching today. But today I will be doing a study, basically. So to improve my foreshortening skills, because that is becoming one of my banes quite easily now. Hi, Andrew. How you been, mate? Right, let's get some studying done. Yeah, we're going to do arm foreshortening, leg foreshortening, because they are like the 2 major things that I really need to work on. Thank you. So this is more of a actual study. So we're going to study things that actually needs foreshortening. So we are probably going to study. I'm going to circle the ones I want to study. So let's make a new layer. We're going to study this one. This one. This one. This one. Definitely these. Well, actually, shall we just circle this whole thing in general? We're going to study some of this lot. And this lot here. Because they're the ones I really need to look. Yeah. So, because anatomy, I've got most... Yeah, feel free to join in. Because at the end of the day, this has helped to improve myself, but also to do everything else as well. So I'm hoping you guys will hopefully get something out of this today, at least, as artists. So, and obviously you got the ball here. And obviously you got like the normal length. And that's like a third. So if we just measure that and then just sort of... And that pen's a little too thick, because if I'm going to study sketch, I need to have thinner lines. So, the rule of thumb, by the looks of it, when it comes to arms, looking at the behind one, it looks like it's just where the knuckles are. It's got to hit the shoulder, like just the shoulder here. So, hello. Oh, it's just a bot. Sorry, bot. But if you're going to ban and advertise, we're going to have to block you, mate. I'm really sorry. But for those who are watching from other social medias, please feel free to jump on Twitch. Because like I say, we're trying to hit affiliates. So if we could get at least 3 people, thank you. But anyways, how are you all doing today? Like I say, again, I'm doing that. And also, please feel free to check out my other social medias. I do have Nightbot that will give the links every now and again. Or you put the command. And instead of putting social, I'll put a separate one for all of them. So FB would be Facebook, Insta, Instagram, Tweet for Twitter. And I think there's like a couple more, I can't remember. So, so yeah, hold on. So if we're going to do this to actual length. So the actual wrist should be actually coming here. Sort of like that. And then... just sort of brush it off there. Yeah, today I ate and did a drawing. Oh, cool. Oh, yes, I did see the drawing. You showed it off just recently, haven't you? And that arm's a bit too far down, isn't it? Sorry, I'm doing anatomy when I should be drawing what I can actually see. So, actually, if we restart this study again, because this is not just an anatomy study, this is actual study of the arm. So, if we do like the arm muscle first, and then... sort of just study, because again, I'd just like to say, anything fun happened to you? Not really. Like, obviously because of the whole what's going on thing, I've been pretty much stuck at home most of the time. And I thought, well, we might as well do this little study for fun. So, yeah, I just thought I might as well try and improve my drawings skills while I'm at it. So, like I said, that wrist has got to be literally, yeah, sort of like that. Hopefully Joe might be watching right now. So, and if he, I don't know if he's going to jump on the mic sooner or later, but here we go. And then just sort of, yeah. Also, I put that line a little bit too high, haven't I? So if now we do like the anatomy drawing version of it. And then just sort of clean up the line work a bit here. Just to see. And then just sort of fine line it a little bit. Yeah, I see where I'm going wrong already. So we have to do that. So this is, again, this is for me to sort of try and learn foreshortening a little bit. And just do some sketches as well. And then we can put it into practice. And see if we can actually work out the anatomy wise. So if we're looking at skeleton, just break it down wise. You've got the shoulder here. And then it goes sort of down to here. And just sort of keep studying it and make sure I keep working at it to make sure I can actually master it. So at the end of the day, the shoulder should end here. So the arm, when you're bending it from a back perspective, should be like that. And then the hand should be like literally, well, to be honest, I think I've done the hand too high. So on this study here, I can tell I've done it a little too high. It should be round about here. And then you got the, there we go. Now if we do the actual line work, so we're going to do 2 layers. We're going to do the line art layer, which will be in black, and then sort of study and just keep studying basically. We're sort of, sort of like that. And then see if I can actually learn anything from this and actually grow as an artist. No, that hand's really crappy. See, this is what I mean. This is, I'm already trying to like tell myself off of things, so, which is good because it means I'm learning. But anyways, guys, how are you doing today? And if you want to join in on this study session, and maybe like, if you've done it a lot sooner than me, show your results to me. And if you want the pictures that I've put here, then what I'll do is I'll copy and paste it to the Discord so you guys can join into me if you want. So, yeah, I think that'd be quite a cool little idea, wouldn't it? And to be honest, we need to spread this out on other social medias. I should have actually put this on Facebook. So, naughty me. So let's do it. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll do that. I'm going to post it on Discord now. Just give me a second to just post this on. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah, we'll do that. Zoom out. And we're going to save this. File, save as. And we're going to save it as a PNG. Or do you want it as a clip? I'll tell you what. We'll save it as a PNG so it's easier for you guys to use. And put foreshortening studies join in, and we'll save it under just Project Vamp all together, and then we're going to share it on my Discord chats. Let's actually put my Discord up now. Will it show up? Has it shown up, by the way, guys? Just let me know if it has. So yeah, so you guys can actually join in on the study. So here we go, and we are going to slam it on the live stream chat, methinks, so you guys can it hasn't, no, just put Discord and it should appear, or the explanation mark, you know what I mean. If not, I'll have a look and see what's going on with the Nightbot. We don't want concept art. We just want Project Vamp the Lost Soul. And we want... There we go. Oh, my file's too big, apparently. Okay, let's save it as a JPEG, then. Would that be easier? Let's have a look. See if it's going to have a hissy fit on me. There we go. Saved it as a JPEG. There you go. It's uploaded on my Discord now, guys. If you want a link, just let me know. Let's see how many people we got. We got 1 people on YouTube. Hello there, by the way. How are you? Yep. Let's close that for the sec. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we can. So, again, let's get the studies up now. Because I've done a blank version for you guys to follow me by. So... Oh, where are we? Right, let's actually rub that out. Because now we know what we're studying. That's it. And then rub that out. Just so we can actually see what's going on here. Yeah, I see I put the arm a little too high up, haven't I? So... We need to rub that out. Rub that bit out. So the first bit we pretty much got right. But it's the second bit that we need to exactly work on. So like I said, where that wrist is just about where that joint of the muscle is. And we need to have like a sort of considerable gap. And that is a bit too low. But hold on. So if we do it like that. And then put the stick out to roughly about where we need it. We should get our anatomy right. Hello, this is a new message. Hiya, Paul. I'm glad you joined us today on the stream. I am on like multiple sort of things, so if I'm talking to looks like I'm talking to myself, it's not. I am talking to like 2 chats at once. So feel free to join me on Twitch if you like, Paul. By the way, or you could stay there and actually, you know, join in with the study. So. I have put the Dust Study on Discord. If you want a link, I'll slam it on. So, right. So the fist itself is foreshortened as well. So the actual fist starts at like literally a part of the arm. I've just noticed that now. So you're probably looking at like sort of like that. And then it's like almost halfway through the shoulder where the knuckle starts. Because it's obviously the wrist is like sort of like bent, I think, by the looks of the study. Like it's like... It's quite weird. But yeah. Anyways, Paul, I'm glad you're doing well. Thanks. You up to anything good today, by the way? And then just sort of... There we go. So it should roughly look like that. And I've done it on the same layer. Okay. Let's rub out that. Because I've obviously been a bit of a plonker. There we go. Layer, new layer. Now I've got to try and remember to switch between layers. Because this will be important today. Especially if I'm going to be inking the layers so I can actually... No, not really. Fair enough. Did you join? Just found me by chance? Or you just like wanted to do a study today and I was just by chance on at the time? So we get the arm. And then just sort of... Because if we could do this in sort of my style, then it'd be better to sort of for me to study. And then just sort of... So obviously, when you do a gripped fist... Actually, hold on. Looking at the pose of the fist is actually more further out. And then the thumb should be like sort of like there. Oh, I bought your manga! Oh yeah! Cool! Brilliant. Thank you very much, by the way. I hope you enjoyed it, by the way. Just wanted to say, I hope you actually enjoyed it. You know, or if you got any feedback, let me know. Fun. Yep, fun. Thank you. That's exciting. Yeah, it is actually. To find out someone actually jumped on. So thank you very much, by the way, for supporting me. I want to say that beforehand. Merge. No, not with visible layers, you numpty. I'm calling myself a numpty here. Here we go. Merge with visible. This is what happens when you don't do studies in a long time. So kids, please do your studies. Merge with layer below. There we go. Got my brain cells back on track. So if we actually do one layer for shading as well, above that, and we're going to use grey, and looking at that arm, where are you? So look at where the shadow should be for the lights coming from there. You've got like, we should do it proper grey. There we go. Brain cells are for losers, yeah. Probably for people like me. Yeah, don't worry. I know you're joking, man. I know you're joking. But yeah, by the way, guys, feel free to share this stream. Feel free to actually like my social medias like Instagram, Facebook. It's all under Vamp the Lost Souls, so you should be able to easily find me. If not, I'd be more than happy to drop the link. So I need to do a nightbot for YouTube, actually, funnily enough, if they allow it. So, but yeah. Are you working any projects of your own, Paul, by the way? Just wondering. So if we do it in my own like style, but paying attention to how it is shaded. Because I think, to be honest, if we're going to use this study as an excuse to study shading today as well, no. Would you like to do one day? Or are you just happy to sort of watch people draw or something like that? You know, just out of curiosity. And then we've got a shadow here. Oh, dude, don't sell your... Never, ever sell yourself short in life. You never know what you're capable of until you try. Come on. Look at me. I'm not that clever, but somehow I managed it. I've got a few brain cells short of a biscuit sometimes. Trust me, I do some really stupid stuff. Okay, so... if we just spin out that pen a little bit more, just so we can make our study a little more worthwhile. Sort of like that. And then... yeah, I think that's actually a decent study, actually. Unless Joe's going to come along and go, you messed up. And I know he's going to at some point. So, edit, undo. But yeah, this is actually me just doing some short studies today. I might release this as a video, actually. So, if people want it on YouTube. So, if you want me to release this as a proper video to sort of help you understand more, then do it. Because, to be honest, sometimes people just draw by seeing it. Now, see, that muscle is a bit too far out. I'm already seeing problems with it already. One part of, obviously, learning anatomy, guys, and that is actually sort of not, obviously, admitting defeat or anything, but more of spotting when you made a oopsie. And actually correcting it, so... which is harder to do with my book, because obviously I hand draw it first before digitally doing things, unlike the live stream where I've got a bit more freedom of cleaning up. Pardon me, and stuff like that. Oh, edit, undo. Remember, James, bounce between layers. That's what I need to do. Yeah, actually, if we do that. And then go on to line work. So that's a pretty decent study, actually. And then, obviously, just sort of clean up the line work here as well. Because that top of the shoulder is not exactly perfect, to be honest. So, yeah. So, what did you think of my book, by the way, Paul? Did you enjoy it, by the way, mate? Just wondering. Let's see. Shoulder. You can be brutally honest. Don't worry. Because I know, like, the first 2 books, I had a lot to learn back then. And 3, I'm starting to learn everything now. So, it's amazing what you learn, actually, when you first start things. So, if we just make that a little bit more smoother. There we go. Now, if we take that away, that's actually... oh, wow! I'm actually quite impressed with myself on that one. That's actually not too bad of a study. Right, let's move on to the next arm. I think we're going to go for a little bit more of a harder mode. We're going to go for this one here. This one. Just put the arrow down. So, because that one is a bit more of a complicated pose. And that's actually really good for, like, if the character's holding a weapon or something. Or if they're, like, running. So, we are going to study that. Yeah, it turned out pretty nice, actually. So this is something also what I could do is bring up for every drawing that I do and go, all right, let's have a quick study session. And I think this is something I need to get in a habit of on live stream. So you guys can also learn with me if you want to learn to draw. And maybe one day, like one of the streams, I might do like a basic lesson for a free week. So if we look at all the shapes we got here, so we've got like a sort of like a bulk out there, and then you got like a sort of. So first off, I do like a visual study. So I start drawing out where all the lines are, where I think they are and stuff like that. Or see with my eyes, then seeing with my brain. Because one thing you need to learn with art, this is actually a really interesting thing, is a lot of people draw what they think they see. And the advice is you need to not do that and then draw what you... What's the word? Draw what you actually see than what you think. Which is quite strange. Actually, I'm going to share this with a couple of my friends in private message. Just post. And then... And I think actually a couple of artists will actually join me on this one. So I'm going to hope they do. Because I've got friends that could actually benefit from this. So as well as I am. So I think like a lot of people can really benefit from this one. Especially me. There we go. Just get a mini recruitment guide. Andrew, feel free to, do you mind doing a mini recruitment session for me? Just get a couple of friends that you might think that benefit from this. Because I think there will be a few people that could really benefit from this. Because this is something like, as artists, I think we actually do need to learn. So if we do that. So like I say, as you can see here, I'm building up shapes. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, mate. Seriously, you're a star. I want to say thank you because you have been an absolute champ for me. You know, I know you've been my little recruitment monkey for me, and I do appreciate what you do. So just to say that beforehand. So as you can see, you've got some weird sort of curved triangle going on. It's almost. So if we rub that out, it's almost like a triangle. Like you got like the flat. It goes upwards like that. And then you got obviously that and then that. So you got, so it sort of comes down halfway, and then you got like as the start there, like that, and then. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the study session so far, by the way, guys. I know it's not my usual thing. Normally I just go full on the art side, but I thought maybe for once we just slow down. Instead of just doing my book and that, we just do a lovely little study session. And remember, guys, I do have an Instagram, Facebook, Mixer as well, if you prefer. Davina R. Oh, I'm the Vamp Lost Soul. Except for DA, it's Vamp the Loser Soul, because I forgot to put a T instead of an R instead of a T there, because I'm a dyslexic dipshit. Thank you. But yeah, here we go. So now we've done that, we can actually sketch in what we see on here. So hopefully it will come out almost the same. So if we rub that out and just actually draw what's there, and just rub out all these little sketch bits, and then actually like sort of copy what we see. Because the first thing as well, when you draw art, like it's, you got to also learn how to copy a little bit and recognize the mistakes on their art as well. So as you can see here, like to me that does look a little awkward, but I could be wrong, and it could be just me not used to foreshortening. So, and then just sort of, but it is sort of good study. So there we go, and just get that line up there. So we need to also learn where the creases are in the skin, because that's one thing I also noticed. Like myself, I failed to notice. So when and I do this myself a lot, but you do fail to notice when you see sort of things like where the creases are in the skin, stuff like that, which obviously really needs to sort of, it needs a good scene too. Not like in a dirty way, obviously, but in a way of like it needs to be looked at. So, like so, and then what we do is then do a restudy in my art style. So to make sure I have actually understood the literal basics of that pose, and then build up from there. Because by the looks of it, even though it's foreshortened, the distance is actually the same. So I need to know, obviously, because it's slightly bent, I'm assuming it's like sort of like maybe like a third of a head size or something. So that could be a possibility. If you use like the lines here, it all measures up. And then the wrist, you've got it sort of like bent. Yeah, but like I say, as long as we understand where everything is, then we should be able to grow ourselves from there. And then just sort of thin out that line. Now that muscle, I don't think that looks right. And that sort of connects to... Yeah, there we go. And then just sort of... And then just stick that up a bit. Because obviously it's not too curved. It's like almost like a straight line. So now we're going to study it from my style. So... And then use like the anatomy skeleton to sort of... And then just sort of know where the elbow is. And then... And then just sort of... Make sure everything's the same size. Just about no. So... There we go. And then do things a bit bigger. And then grow it. Excuse me for a sec. I goofed. Again. Edit. Cut. Do it on the right layer, James. There we go. Selection, deselect. So... Yeah, so like I say, this is me trying to sort of go through my foreshortening. And then just make sure everything's the same length. And remember, like, again, the crease has to come from there. And then the fold, it's got to come from there. And then... And then... There we go. So hopefully we'll gain a stronger understanding from my style, hopefully. Right, that hand is way too small. I just noticed that. So we're looking about that much of a... We need to make sure it hits that. So shorter, shorter. There we go. Because remember, the rest is sort of bent towards. Sort of like that. So I need to make sure that's what the case is. Then get the rubber. Just sort of... There we go. And then just sort of get a little gap, make sure there. And then the wrist. There we go. And then just get the fingers there. Oh, I haven't posted the... Hold on. I haven't posted the Suji session to one of the... Oh, yeah, I have. So, there we go. Just check who's watching from where. Hello from Mixer, by the way. I do see you watching me, people. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Hope you're having a good time. Right, there we go. So now we've got the sort of basic done. And we need to draw like, yeah, we need to draw like sort of line where it's going to stop. So we do that and then just sort of... Then we go up to the top layer. And then start building our body from there. So, anyway, show me your progress, guys, as well of your studies. That'd be absolutely fantastic. We love to see your studies. So, that'd be fantastic to see. And just sort of like that. And then... And remember, this is studying now from my style of drawing. So to try and utilize everything I learned from one drawing and then do my own way of it in another. So come on, we could do like a little fold in there. Sorry, I'm gonna do a cheeky little fold so it looks like edit undo. So if the so the chest should be like, the body should be coming out there ish area. Yep, and then there we go. And then again we'll pick up the grey. Oh no, we haven't done hold the hand yet, have we? Herpaderp. Now remember what we learned. So the wrist should be like that, and then so sort of like that. And then the knuckle. And then the thumb should be coming across here. And edit, undo. So like I say, we're not exactly copying, but we're also trying to learn from this at the same time. So first you copy, then you learn from what you need to learn from it, then translate it into your own style in your study. So sort of like that, and then just sort of. So as you can see, I've already messed up here where the wrist is. So the wrist should be a bit more further up, honestly. And the fold should be a little further in from what I can see. Because remember, like, that is quite a deep bend. And you can see, like, where the crease lines are in real life. So you need to get those lines in. There we go. And then just sort of, that's it. Sort of like that. There we go. Now that shoulder is a little bit too high up, because as you can see, that circle is a bit too funky, isn't it? So we'll do that, and then just to make sure, put the folds where they are and where the muscle lines where I put them. So sort of like that. And then we'll look at how the shading works as well on it. So you're looking at sort of like so. Oh, edit, undo. Edit, undo. So remember, people, show me your progress and we'll show it to everyone else as well. So like I say, it's sort of like a study with me session. Quite a fun little session, actually. I'm going to post it on Joe's personal as well, just to... Oh, cancel. But yeah, there we go. I caught another whale shark in Animal Crossing. Nice, mate. Well done. Right, let's get that elbow out a bit more, shall we? Oh, edit, undo. So that shoulder needs to come out a bit more, because as you can see, it's actually quite pronounced in that pose. And then we'll jump back down and then just sort of... So looking at where the folds are on my study and this. Sort of like that. There we go. But anyway, like I say, you'd played Animal Crossing now. You're not studying, Andrew. Do I have to get my... ban you for a year for tea bags, do I? And then just sort of... There we go. Yeah! Study, boy! Study or no tea bags for a year. You'll lose your bishop privileges of our tea cult. The tea tax if you don't study, yeah. Because even though we are a cult, we do highly put art studies in our most, like, sort of forefront of our cult. Can't even say that with a straight face. And then obviously you get a little shadow here, and you would get a little shadow there. Sort of like. And then we take away the red layer. See, that is not a bad study at all. So we can tell I'm starting to understand what it takes for this. So Yep. And if it's a muscly guy, we'd actually sort of get him sort of like that, and then just get the rubber and sort of improve the shadows on it a little bit, just so we can actually show our work and our working out stuff. And then we make the rubber a little smaller, just so we can get like a little shadow in the thumb there and that. There we go. And then we get the red. So we want the red to stay there because we want to show how we're working it out. So hold on, let's save as, because this doesn't, it keeps to the file that I saved last. We want to keep this on a Clip Studio format. There we go. Hello everybody who's just came in. How are you today? I hope you are enjoying this so far. Enjoying the study. And if you are watching from Facebook, please jump onto Twitch, guys. We are educated cult. Yes, we are. Andrew. God damn you. But yeah. Alright, so the next one I think we should study is this one here. So we go back to the red layer. So let's rub out what we've done. And we could tick off what we studied along the way. I think that would be a very clever thing to do, to be honest. And just sort of... There we go. And then just tick off what we studied. So we've done that one. And we've done that one. So now we want to do this one. So this one is going to be quite tricky. Looking at the skeleton call. So where are we going to do this? I'm going to see if we can put it somewhere. There we go. So we're going to have to look at the shapes first. So first off, we got this sort of like awkward triangle, I should call it. Sort of like folded in. Like that. And then the next shape is like a sort of, you got this curve and then you got an angle sort of poking out. So we need to make this curve thing come out first and make it forefront and prevalent. And then just, like I say, so the best way to study things like this, especially when it's not in proportion, you need to absolutely make sure you break it down to the shapes you can actually see there. So as you can see, I am absolutely breaking it down and studying it. So, and then just sort of hollow out what we need to do. So I was sort of like that. And obviously it needs to be a lot more curved and it needs to be a lot more further down. So we need to do that and then just do that a little bit more. I wish Joe was watching this right now. And then break that down into a shape. So as you can see, we've got like a straight line almost. And it's sort of two of them. We're going to need to zoom in so I can get my measurements. One and a bit, I would say. So one and a little bit. So you're looking round about there. And the shape, is actually, sorry, I just seen the shape properly. It's actually sort of goes a straight line from this, from the elbow. As for the other line, and this is what I mean, do not draw what you think you could see. And then just sort of, the curve is sort of like that. So, sort of more like so. And then again, just re-look at it. Now that's a little too long in my opinion. So we're going to try and shorten this. Hello, people. Welcome. How are you doing? If you're watching from Facebook, please jump onto Twitch if you want to have a chat with me. So, I'm more than happy to have a chat. So, let's have a look. And that, and then that. Yeah, so it's half of that thing there. So, one, and then, yeah, that's roughly half. And then the fist, the shape there, is actually like a... It's a very shortened version. And then you got the palm, which is here. Because the thumb is not showing. So, about here, I would say, roughly. And it's going upwards. So, sort of like that. And then you get the palm sort of showing. And welcome, you lovely people. I see 4 of you are on at once now. How are you? Thank you for coming today. You lovely, lovely people. Would you like to become part of our tea cult? And if not, I'm going to have to raid your homes for tea bags. So that one's pretty much more pointing down. Yes, we are educated cult. You are right, Andrew. And thank you, Andrew. So, like, so we do that. And then the shape we'll see here is sort of like a, yeah, like a tucked in finger. So where the tuck is just above. We need to rub that out just to see where that tuck is. So where that palm is, which is round about here, I would say roughly. Yeah, so the tuck goes sort of like that. And then just a little U shape like that. Because it's the finger's not really, if we rub this out, it's not really sticking out much. So we can actually sort of like do this. I'll tell you what, we'll go on my Twitch channel just to see like how many people are actually come on. Oh. Yeah, my commands are not existing. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at that and see what's going on with that. But well done, by the way, Andrew. I'm gonna beat up Nightbot in a minute because Nightbot's not doing as it's told. It's being rude. So we got that. Now we can rub out all the shapes and then start actually building out the arm. Yeah, I've noticed Nightbot's being naughty. I'm gonna have to beat up Nightbot in the mo. So if we thin out that line, so we've got the first bit which is pretty much correct, except for that curve should be a little bit more angled, like there. So it should be a bit more like that. A little bit more angled, a little bit more upwards. And then we can start rubbing out the shapes and then start actually grooming out what we need to learn from this. So now we've got the basic shapes in, we should be able to now just perfect it a little bit. So here we go. And we need a thinner pen. Always do it with the thinnest pen you can without obviously losing the point. Haha, on point. Haha. So here we go. And then obviously we get the elbow like that, and then we just perfect it because there's actually quite a sharp turn in it from this style. So, oh no, it's not really a sharp turn really, it's like a little curved bump. So if we actually perfect that again and then just sort of start building out the arm essentially. And yes, there is another one, it's just 2 lines, sorry. So it is there, but it's like sort of like a 2-line thing. But I think that's the bit where we're going to need to work on the most, honestly, between you and me. I think that line was a little, yeah, it was a little too high. It's because you need to do that and then curve into sort of like the line here. But it needs to be out and then, yeah, so it needs to start there. As you can see, like, that muscle's bulging out too much. So we need to make sure that line work is indicating sort of where the arm bends. And then, obviously, a sharp turn. And then we can get rid of this bit here. But as you can see, even though it doesn't look chunky, it is quite, in fact. But anyways, guys, like I said, if you are enjoying the stream so far, like I say, shameless plugs, I know. But feel free to check out my Twitter, Instagram, and all that fun stuff. So, and then just sort of, yeah, because that's a little too far out, isn't it? And just sort of, there we go. Right, the shapes now. This is where it's going to get a bit complicated, I think. Yeah, I can tell I'm already mucking it up. So, yeah, we need to thin this line and get it up to here. Yeah. Alright, that's why I'm mucking up. So, instead of curving upwards, it needs to curve downwards. Sort of like that. And then the other muscle, which is actually more like a triangular shape almost, is sort of like so, sort of like that. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Alright. And then the wrist should start there. So we're going to take out all these little shapes and actually start building it out to make it look like what it's supposed to look like. So, and then just sort of, yeah. Alright, cool. And then just sort of, see, this is what I mean. You get into habits now. But as long as you quell those habits quite quickly. There we go. And obviously you got the line here where the muscle is. And then from the point of the elbow, you got a line here. And then just sort of like that. And then we're going to start where the knuckle is, because this is where I think I've messed up the fingers. And then go along there. Yes. And then obviously we are going to start, we're going to rub this all out and then actually start working on what I can see. So first off, the angle of the line should be a bit more sort of there. And then you can have like a bump up where the knuckle is and then where that finger is, and then you just sort of same angle, but instead of going inwards, it's going outwards like that. Sort of like that. And then you should be able to figure out your shape. Like that, and then obviously you need to figure out the gaps between your fingers as well. So that's also another thing you need to work out shape-wise. There we go. I hope I'm not boring you with this study, by the way, guys. Because I know it's not like the usual thing. I normally dig straight into the drawing. There we go. And then the palm should be like that. So you should have, like, yeah. So you should have, like, your voice actually keeps me energized, actually. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm not boring somebody. So now we can actually just sort of, I feel so loved, Andrew. Thank you. So now we are going to perfect this bit here. So now we got like the finger study and all that done. We can actually try and get to the core of the problem of this bit. So according to this style, I think I've gone a little bit too over. Under. So I need to go a little bit over, sort of like that. And then just sort of, there we go. And then sort of like that. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then because of the angle of it, you got this sort of like awkward thing where you got like sort of that lump there, and then it goes. Sorry, I need to rub out some more line work here because I need to actually see what I'm doing. So it's got like a point there, and then we could actually, yeah, I see what's going on here. I made this a little too long. So to correct this, we are going to move this back a little. Oh, just sort of, and then just move this back a little. There we go. That looks a lot more in proportion. Oh, I wanted to select and deselect. There we go. Because now we can perfect this shape a little bit more. So we got this going like that. Hello, Paul's brought your manga. Yeah, I know. Paul, man. How you been, Manga Cetra? I'm doing a study draw session, so if you like, feel free to join. I put the JPEG image on Twitch. So if you want to do this for fun, feel free to join me and show me all your progress. Because obviously... Hey, Manga's on YouTube, by the way, just to let you know. And Andrew says hi from Twitch. I feel like I'm some sort of mail delivery man. Right, now we're going to do this from my style again. So as you can see here, it doesn't really have the shoulder. So we're going to try and do this with the shoulder in it. So what I think I'm going to do is do that and then... Nope, undo. The line's a bit too high. Can't even draw stick people. Well, hopefully then, this will be your chance maybe to learn today. Like I say, you never know till you try, right? Like, the power of youth. Well, to be honest, I'm not that young, so I can't really say that. Right, so we need to foreshorten that. And this is a tiny arm, so we're going to make this bigger, to be honest. And then just sort of... And remember... So we're going to make this a little bigger, because that's a bit too small for me. Edit. Transform. Scale. Yeah, Manga Cetra is secretly Picasso. We know you are, Manga Cetra. Give up your true identity. You're Banksy, aren't you? Andrew says you're secretly Picasso. And then just sort of... So yeah, so we got that. So we got the basic shapes that I want in. And then we go to the line layer. And Joe, what I did? I put this in the wrong layer again. Sorry. Edit. Cut. Edit. Paste. There we go. So select. And then we jump back on this layer. And then we ink the layer. So this time we're going to add a shoulder to it and see what difference it'll make. But I think it'll make a load of difference, to be honest. And then just sort of like that. And then so where that ball is, we're going to put that sort of muscle in. So let's do that again. And we're going to start from the... So like that. And then... And then that. And then we've got the shoulder sort of... Sort of like that. And then we've got like the sort of back. Obviously. Like that. And then... There we go. Yeah. Started to like the look of this so far, actually. And then just sort of... Mega Surgeon, feel free to jump on Twitch if you want to chat to Andrew, by the way. Since he says you're secretly a Banksy or Picasso. Oh, edit. Undo. So we're going to study this and do it in my style now. Actually, so let's break this down. There we go. There we go. And obviously we will add. And then we'll get small rubbers, obviously. Just to sort of... There we go. Oh, thank you, Dad. My dad's just give me some tea. Thank you very much. Hold on. Edit. Undo. Just clean that up a bit. Cool, Dad. Yeah, thank you. Yes, he does. He is my tea giver. Thank you very much. And obviously, let's see. And then we'll pick up the grey. I hope you're enjoying this study so far, guys. Hope you actually are learning something from this. And then just sort of... Yep. Your dad births the tea. Yes, he does. He does birth the tea for us. Sorry? He's been a cheeky sod. Alright, cool. Right, let's tidy the shadows up here. I'm really surprised Joe ain't joined him. Actually, I'm going to ask if Joe's joining me, because it might be actually good for him to sort of join me and have a chat with me about the artwork that I'm doing. Oh no, he's on his mobile, so he's out. Is Tosh busy at all, by the way? And then... Well, obviously, actually, if the arm is sort of that angle, then the shadow should be a lot more stronger here. So it should be more like this, I would say. If it's in my style. And then... And then just sort of... And then, obviously... Shadow coming under here. I'm saying I just came to say hi. Bye, everyone. Alright, Mangosetri, you have a good day. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope whatever you do, I wish you all the success in the world with. Like I said it almost in a German accent. There we go. Yeah, Tosh said he'll join us, but he's filming. All right, cool, fair enough. Oh God, we got 6 people all of a sudden. Where did you come from? Hello, you wonderful people. You just poofed. You poofed into existence. How are you all? Yeah, teleportery. Feel free to lurk or have a chat. Hey, Wildly Magnum. Yes, I'm doing all right. Thank you very much, man. Hope you join this stream. Like I say, I'm just doing some foreshortening studies because I really need to study it, and I need to actually sort of get better at foreshortening, because even though I've got anatomy pretty much nailed now, it's doing the foreshortening and putting weight into my poses. That's what I need to do. And guys, feel free to share my stream to your friends and that. If you got art friends that could really benefit from this stream, feel free to. It will be a short stream, but hopefully it'll be a very... And I'll show you what actually I've done study-wise so far. How do I... I forgot how to zoom out. Jesus, I've used this program for like 3 years now. I forgot how to zoom out. That is really bad. Oh well. So we could... I actually like that study, because if we actually take away the red... Oh shit, I did that in the same layer. Oh no. All different layers. Right. We are going to merge down that layer, because we got the shadow layer on their own, and we're actually going to name these layers now as well, I think. I think that is like literally the wisest thing to do. So merge selected layers. We're going to rename you. We are naming you. Yes, we shall name these layers. Sketch, shade, and ink. It's sad. I need to name these layers now, because when I'm studying, I get so focused on... I forgot what I was going to say. I get so focused on the study itself, I keep forgetting to switch between the layers. So I get so absorbed in it. Anyways, let's tick this one as done. Even though it's a little different, I'm actually quite pleased with that, because with that, I've actually learned how to do it in a different angle as well. Which is good. But we might need to redo this one at some point. Now, a finger pointing one. That's something we will need to do. So, which... I'm just gonna... get down to that layer. Anyways, yeah, by the way, Andrew wishes you welcome. How you been, man, by the way? I'll tell you what, let's rub this all... Not... Let's... Sorry. I am being an absolute dipshit right now. There we go. Don't worry, guys. If you come to my streams and you're new to them, I will tell myself off like every 5 minutes if I do something absolutely dumb. Right, there we go. So now, we're going to study that finger point one. So what we're going to do is pull... Hold on. And we're not going to tick them anymore. Because to be honest, we're all grown-ups here. I know what I've done and haven't done. So we are going to pull this one up. Oh, God. Undo. I'm making a mess, aren't I? I'm like a child who can't tidy up after himself. There we go. Right. Let's go on the sketch layer first. Rub out what we don't need. All these little ticks. Edit. Undo. There we go. Come on, James. Use your brain cells. There we go. Yay, I'm using my brains. Anyways, sound like Ace Ventura then. There we go. So the next one I want to do is that finger point one. And I'm going to do it up here, I think, because that's like a really small sort of thing. So let's study the shapes first. So at the moment, we're going to do like this. So we've got a sort of... Like a sort of... I would say half moon shape going on there. Let's right. Oh. And I sketched on something I shouldn't do. Right, James, if I'm about to draw and you know I'm on a different layer, scream at me, James, you fucking plonker, you're on the wrong layer. Literally, I am giving you full permission to insult me. Right, there we go. Normal, sketch, shade, sketch. There we go. Now, so as you can see here, we've got like a sort of pointed half moon, like there, and it's like that. So we need to sort of make sure there's a point, and it's sort of like an equal shape. So we need to make sure we can do that as well. So just do that. There we go. And then the next shape. It's like a sort of, like a C almost. So we've got like one muscle there. And then you got the other one sort of sticking out there. So now I'm already building it out. But anyways, guys, what are you all up to, by the way? Just curiosity. Right, as for this. So we've got a little one there. And then we just do... Yeah, so there's a little bit sticking up, like literally about that, and then so we've got a little shape as well just coming out, and then just sort of, yeah, there we go. It's just the lines meet up quite nicely, and then just like a sort of, because at the moment it looks like a mess of shapes, but that's how you study it. It's like you look into what shapes you actually see and what you think you see. And then afterwards, you should, in theory, be able to figure out the rest. So if we rub that out there, the crease is just about... I just did that in the wrong area. The crease of the finger is just about under that. So we need to move... this down one, like so. There we go. Selection, deselect. Just to move it down so we can study. Cooking lunch whilst reading Dragon Ball. Oh, nice. What, Dragon Ball Z, or Super? Because I've just started reading Volume 1 of Super, which is actually a lot more better than I expected. So, which is quite fun. But yeah. So if we get that triangle in, because as you can see, there's actually a triangle there. And then you do like the sort of... Now, this is where the fun begins. So we got the fist, and we can actually figure out where the end of the finger is going to hit. So that finger is just sticking out as the curve. does that. And then we should be able to figure out where that line... There we go. And as you can see, the other line is just behind that finger. So, and that line is actually matching with the rest of the hand. So now we can actually figure out where the hand starts. Sort of like that. And then, now we can actually sort of start cleaning up the shapes. Original. Oh, the original Dragon Ball. Oh, I watched the whole series as an anime. I need to get the manga, actually. I actually really enjoyed that. Have you read it all? Have you seen it all yet, by the way? Sorry, I know, that's sad. Get the badgers out, people. Oh, I just noticed something. The nail line actually... Aha! Yes! There is tricks in this, and I'm learning them. I am happy. Yeah, I got them on DVD. So great, the original Dragon Ball. Absolutely fucking love it. Starting over. Sorry, I know. I'm making your ears bleed. I'm sorry. And you. Yeah, the Dragon Ball manga is actually pretty good. I wanna read it. Sorry, the anime's pretty good, but I want to read the manga. I am really not speaking English today. I apologize, people. And my brain's not functioning to full capacity, as per usual. So, and then you got... There we go. And look at that. And now... starting over. Something new. Right, that is too high up. I've just noticed. The line actually starts angling downwards. And then over. Red and blue. A new American dream for me and you. Now we can start developing. So if we rub out those lines, so we can actually see what we're doing. I've got all 3 in one volume. Oh, yes, because if you get like a series, yeah. You get like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, don't you? Because I think One Piece did something like that. We're starting over. And something new. So that song is in my brain now. The old time away from me through. We're starting over. With nothing blue. New American day for me and you. But yeah, no, I've got that for One Piece actually. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 all in one. I think. Do I have 7, 4, 5, and 6 somewhere as well? I can't remember. I'll have to look. I have to get like look at my manga collection and see if I actually got it. But yeah. But as you can see here, now all the lines are coming together. See, this is the absolute clever monkey thing about this, is when you actually start building out the shapes, it's actually really, it comes out like this really cool thing. If we just, there we go. And then we do it like a shirt thing like that. So we know where. But yeah, there we go. And then take away that line. And before you know it, now as you can see, we need to improve a couple of bits, which is the curvature here. And then, so I stuck that out a little too far, I could tell. And then we just need to move this back a little bit. There we go. And then just sort of... I hope you're enjoying this study so far. And if, like I say, if you join me, I do have Discord. I do have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Mixer, DeviantArt. But on my Discord, we have... I've actually uploaded a study on the live draw section. So if you are studying, if you made any progress, guys, show me your progress. Because it'd be quite nice if you study with me. That'd be awesome. Oh, I forgot to post it in a couple of places. Whoopsies. I am oopsie. There we go. Right, there we go. And now we can put that down. Now, let's see. We need to now do a full-on study on my version of it. So, I'll tell you what, actually. Is the patrons voting for what I'm reviewing this week? I need to know, because I need to write up the review ASAP. I might have to prod Joe to do it. Yes, and I have a Patreon as well, guys, by the way. If you want any of the links, just let me know. I've got an official website as well. Just slam it. Obviously, sorry for the shameless self-plugging, but I've been told I should be doing that more often during the stream instead of just at the end. So, yeah. Shameless plugins for joys. Posts. Is it posts or is it just go on my page? There we go. Sorry, I'm just seeing, like, if anyone's voted for... Right, no one's voted on yet, so we might have to make the choice soon. So, from what I studied, there's like a couple of circles. You got the shoulder. Oh, edit, undo. And we're going to do a smaller version of this because that's way too big, actually. And just do one circle there for the shoulder. And then you got one for the halfway bit. Like just above. And smaller. And then... Yeah, so you got literally circles going on here. And then just sort of... a closer circle here. So you get that whole... Yeah. Okay, cool. And then... Oh, and then you get this weird sort of... Edit, undo. And let's undo that circle, because that's not right. You do like you got this weird sort of overall shape, pretty much. This weird ass overall shape, like a clenched fist, and then the finger is literally just prodding out there. So now, if we start developing it, and just sort of hollow out the shapes a bit. So I can actually start working on it. So the first one should be sort of like that. And then what I gathered, the elbow should be sort of up there. And then just sort of rub out there. And then just sort of... There we go. So anyways, guys, what else you been up to, by the way? You seen any interesting movies recommended me recently? Animes? Or anything? Because I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Finally, I got round to it after so many people have literally pestered me to do it. And actually, I'm quite enjoying it. It's really weird, but it's right up my alley. And then just sort of... And then get the small rubber just to sort of gapify the fingers. And then just sort of... Right, let's actually look at from what I studied. Yeah, I see where I went wrong. So we should actually create the hand first and then work backwards. So we'll do that. And then... And then just sort of thin that out a bit. Because the circles have got to be overlapping, so... Like so. Let's have a look. Yeah, alright, so it can't be completely overlapping, so we need to sort of thin that out a bit. We'll not thin that out. We need to thicken that bit there. Curve that up. Sorry, I'm trying to like actually learn from this. So, please be patient with me, guys, when I'm trying to learn this. And then you got like a crease. Just stick it out there. And then just get that anatomy just bang on. So it should look like that. So why? Oh, I see why. It's because... I see why. Because the finger... The pointy finger... It's gone out a little too far. So the triangle should be there and then leaning down. Because of the thick lines, it's making it look worse than it is. So now the thick line's gone, I can actually fix this. And then actually sort of... like that. There we go. And sort of one like that, and then... yeah. Alright, cool. Now we've done this from my style-ish, we can go on to the lining layer. And then start with the hand first. And then just sort of... tell you what... like that. And then... like so, and then... like that, and then the line work. Just looking at... just make sure I get this right. And then just sort of... and then... like so, and then... and then get that line up a bit more. That's it. And then, let's see, where's that pointy finger? And then we've got like one crease popping out here. And then... thank you for supporting me, by the way, guys. You've been absolutely fantastic so far, may I just say. And then you sort of like... so, because from what I imagine, the chest should be like there. So if you're... yeah, so if it's like that, and the shoulder's about here, sort of thing, the actual line, but where the chest is should be like that. Yeah, alright, cool. I think we got that. And then we go for the shade. And we look at the shading, how it's shaded here. So as you can see, the bottom bit, like here, would be very darkly shaded, obviously, because that's where the shadow, the light's hitting from the top, and vice versa, it'd be like from the top. And obviously, because of the fold of the crease of the arm here, in my style, the shadow would be like that. So you've got like only a little bit of light coming from there, from like one certain bit of the arm. Because this is like a really, that drawing is really dumbed down, simplified version. But what I want to do is learn from it and then grow it into my art style. So I can then understand how the anatomy works. And then just sort of... all right, by the way, Andrew, thank you for giving me the heads up about the whole copyright thing. I had a feeling it would happen sooner or later anyways, because of obviously the EU and the Article 13. Get clean, boy. You dirty boy, get clean. And then obviously from my perspective, like the shadow obviously be here. And then sort of, there we go. And then obviously get a little bit of shadow here as well. And then the only light should be like in the middle of that finger. And then the knuckles should get a little bit shade here. And then hopefully I've just realised those fingers should be shorter and angled. So it should be more like that. There we go. Be right back. All right then, man. Thank you. I will. Thank you, and I will keep that in mind. I've already. I think I was talking to another. I was worried about used pretzel. It'd be really good. There we go. Now, what we're going to use the shading layer for as well is if we were shading from the back, the hoodie would be like this. And hopefully, I'm hoping actually Joe would actually enjoy this and then just sort of see I'm actually capable of more than just... Yeah, because at the moment, if the light was coming from there, from what I'm guessing, like that entire side of you would be completely shadowed. Like that. And then just sort of... Now, because the arm's sticking out a little bit more, because of the foreshortening, the shadow should be just about there. There we go. Anyways, guys, like I say, feel free to share and like my other social medias like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you're watching from, Mixer, DeviantArt, if you want more stuff like this. Actually, do you know what? I know that is... I want to study that. That's a bit too sketchy for me to study, to be honest. So we're going to study maybe this one, or shall we move on to the next lot of drawings? I'm thinking what to study. What's more important? I just want to see where the wrist lies. Yeah, there is a full shortening there, isn't there? You look from the shoulder. And then there. No, it's about the same length, roughly. Let's actually go in closer so I can measure my fingers properly. Yeah, that is anatomy, but that is the underneath of the arm. And do you know what? I've never done any poses from that. So I am actually going to study that. That'd be my next porter study. Do you know what? We are going to drag this to the top now. I know it's a bit naughty to do, but... we are going to study that. Because I think I absolutely need to do that one. Now... I know studies can be absolutely tedious, guys. But trust me, this is actually full-on worthwhile. So... sketch layer. So if we actually get the measurement and just actually do the first bit and just sort of that, and then because at the moment that'd be actually a really great study for me. I really want to do this one actually. Just so I can actually learn how to do underneath arms. Because that's another thing. I need to do like under angles as well. And if I could start learning to do that, then that would be a very good skill to learn for me. Now, if I know how to... sort of like that. There we go. Now, let's study the shapes. So, that is more... yeah. So, we are just going to study what we see for now. Let's see if we could do this. Like that, and then... yeah, it's starting before it. Like so, and then... just so we could get the other muscles clear. Yeah, so my eyes was a little bit off a little bit. Sort of like that. And then, yeah. And the palm. Like that. And then the wrist. Got like sort of that going on. And then you got like the palm sort of there. And then just get the skeleton basically. But anyways. We do that. And then we should have a basic skeleton for everything we need. To be honest, sorry. There we go. Sorry, my brain was actually having a bit of a brain fart there. Then just do that. And then afterwards, I think we should make a stop on the arms after this lot and then actually start. Joe, what? That is way too long. I just realised. Oh, no. Joe, what? It's a bit too high. And then we could actually move it down. There we go. Select, deselect. Now, that finger's lifting like that. So, and then hopefully Joe, I'm hoping like Joe will be back soon, like from wherever he is, and he might actually join me on this stream. Because I think he'd be really happy with what I'm doing. Now I'm finally like doing some studies as he requested me to do for all this time. And then just sort of, there we go. Now, see, that thumb's wrong already. So we need to... My brain's actually having like too much of a thinking moment. It's like, I'm sorry, I know I'm meant to be like chain. Yeah, I see where I've gone wrong here. So we need to sort of... Right, if we go where that first shape is, and just sort of... No, it's not. I've seen shapes that shouldn't be there. In my head. There we go. This is now like a case of practicing hard now. And then just sort of down and curved. And then... And then just sort of get that thumb sort of like that. And then just sort of... Like that, and then... There we go. So if we know where the palms are, that'd be great. Just make the shapes at the moment, at the palm. Just to make sure we got all the hand stuff right. And then... And then just sort of... Just keep an eye on the time, so I don't want to spend too much time on this as well today. I thank you for coming to support me, guys. I do really, absolutely appreciate it. And then we get that first finger. Just sort of. And then that one is sticking out a bit more. And then just sort of. And then the other one is actually sticking out a bit more. So that's why you got that lump there. It's actually the finger sticking out like that. Wow, I've actually done a good study of that. I'm actually quite pleased with the results. But we need to clean up from the wrist, from the hand now, and work our way down. So as you can see here, it goes from like that, and then... And that line is going like curved downwards, not upwards. So we need to clean that up. And just sort of... There we go. And then the other one is sort of curved. Yeah. Alright, so it's curved down to extent like so. So we need to start rubbing that out and just start cleaning up the line work so I can actually learn from this. I know I keep saying that, but I need to keep reminding myself as an artist, like, I do need to learn from these things. So I can't just draw it and copy it for the sake of it. I need to actually understand what's going on. And I think that's a very important skill as an artist to understand, especially as a story writer too. Like, you could always learn from something, from other stories and that. Okay. And then... So like that, and then... The last bit. As you can see, now that needs major tidying up. Even though it's a really good study... I'm still making mistakes that I shouldn't be. And then just sort of... Like that. And then... And then just sort of... There we go. Like that. And then... And now... We should be able to rub that out and find out where all the other muscle lines are. And obviously now we've got like the back. So this is from the back view from the looks of it. So the chest should roughly start from... Yeah, because the ball's there. Then the chest starts from there. And then... So it's sort of like that. Hold on. Yeah, so you're looking at that and then... There you go. There we go. So now we've got that. And now we can actually use that as our sort of forefront. So does it look a bit too long? Just want to... I actually want to do something quickly. Just bring that all back up for a sec. Oh. Yeah. Hold on. We're going to make a new layer. Layer, new layer. Just for temporary use. I want to make sure the measurements are either matching or not quite. So not quite matching. So compared to that, that should be just a little bit longer. So that is in sort of perspective and anatomy. But I will move that in just to be on the safe side. Because to me, my brain's telling me it's all right. But that's a little too far out. So my artist... That would be better. So you're looking at more like there. Would do the trick. Yeah, there we go. Because it should be a little further out, not too far out. There we go. That's awesome. And now we should be able to do another sketch, but in my style. Right, so obviously we need to do a line like this. And then shorter one. And then we need to do this. Actually, we'll do that for now. So we know the template line. Otherwise, I'm going to get confused. And then another one. We do the exact same line. We'll do full length first. There we go. But we're short it by a little... No, lengthen it, isn't it? By a little bit. Because obviously that's... There we go. Now, in my art style, I should be able to produce the same sort of thing. So as you can see, I'm now using my method of getting anatomy and try to work with it. And restreams disappeared. Sorry guys, hold on, let me get the chat back up. And scroll down. There you go, you have returned. And you haven't drowned. Welcome back, Andrew. Hope you had a good one. And then, obviously using my powers of deduction, and so we've got a line there. So the line of the hand should be like that. And then the triangle sticking out should be like that. And then like so, and like that. And then we can actually then template, because the hands for me should come naturally. So, and then just sort of like so, and just make sure, like, obviously everything's in joint and everything's in proportion. Good. So everything's in proportion just about. Anyways, I bet you feel squeaky clean, don't you now, Andrew? Squeaky clean. Always so squeaky clean. Oh god. Oh, Kenichi's live again. I might pop by and say hello. We might raid her if she doesn't finish before me. So there we go. And then obviously now my style of muscles. And then just sort of there we go. So now we got the rough basics. Now we could do it in my line art. Right, so now we put it back down. Now we put it on the ink layer. And now we can actually sort of, there we go. And then do it in my art style, obviously. Like that. And then just sort of like that, and then just sort of like that. There we go. Looking good. I'm happy with this so far. And then sort of like that, and then put the muscles where I would put the muscles in, sort of like that. Let it undo. Let's actually try and do that properly. And that was wrong. I could tell that was wrong by the line work. Alas, you set this command to tweet. Tweet does not exist. I'm going to have to look at that. Oh, what am I doing that for? I'm not shading. James, set the line work first. Naughty boy. And then we could do the clothing. Strange. And then sort of like that. Actually, we'll do it sort of there for now. And then... Oh, edit, undo. No, because that's the side, so the back should be there. So now we can drag this layer all the way back down. Now we could do the shade layer. So the shade... Oh no, we're going to need that, aren't we? Crap, I just realised. Alright, let's put this up. Back up we go. Because we need it for the shade, don't we? Because I'm a herpes derpus. And then... Obviously, where's my shade? There we go. We'll pick that up. Shade. And then we'll start working on it. So, as we can see... So, obviously... It's quite underneath. So, the shadow should be quite prevalent on this. So, we got that. What I believe is we do that. And then... And then we get to have a look at these, what I've done, and then we'll see how well I've done with the studies. Right, and then just sort of... Like that. Actually, if we do it like that, go right up, and then... I think Joe's going to be quite pleased with the turnout of these studies. And then... And by the way, guys, remember, I have a Twitter, YouTube, DeviantArt, Facebook, and everything else. If you want to know what the links are, just let me know, and I'll slam the links down for you. And I have a DeviantArt as well, and a Twitter. And then just sort of... There we go. And then just sort of... And then just sort of do that. And then just sort of... And then just sort of get that. I'm trying to like get a point with the elbow. The shadow like that. And then just sort of get the palm. Like so, like that. And then... And then we know where the shadows actually lie. Because if you imagine, that's the underneath of your hand. And because it's sort of twisted towards you, you wouldn't actually, if you get what I mean, that would be mostly shadowed. Sort of like that, and then sort of like that. So why I do two sketches is, one, I try to figure out the shapes and the anatomy of it. So basically what the distances are and all that stuff. And it shows my homework as well. And then the second bit is like, let's actually put what I learned from the sketch and put it into something my art style. Obviously, usually this will be all black, and I'll probably have put like little gaps here and there so you can see like the line work. That's what I usually do. But I thought it'd be a bit more smarter to show my homework, if you get what I mean. So if we know the shadow comes from there, then we need to do it sort of like this. And get the shadow further up. And actually define those bits a bit more. Like that, and then just sort of... There we go. And then just sort of make sure you know like where the clothing and chest bits are. There you go. And then just get the rubber. Just clean up bits that's sticking out. But yeah, there you go. And then just sort of... But anyways, guys, what are you up to right now? Unless you're joining me in my studies. I'll tell you what, I'll slam my Discord in. And if you want to join in on these studies, you can. So... No, we want to copy... Don't want to edit. Chat invite, there we go. Edit invite link. Never expire. Unlimited uses. Generate new link. Copied. And then just paste it here. There we go. Feel free to join the community, guys. Because it looks like I have to have another round with Nightbot and have a little look at him, see what's going on with him. Because the commands are not existing for some reason at the moment. Right. I think we have had enough of the armed studies. So we'll do a couple of leg studies now. Because I don't know how much time I've got left. And I don't think I have much time. So we're going to save that. And if we take out... We take out the sketch layer. I'm actually pretty pleased how it's turned out. Oh, wow. They've turned out pretty well. Except for that bottom one. I think we're going to need more time studying that one. But other than that, I'm actually really pleased how that's turned out. That's really good. Right. Time to study legs, people. Right. So sketch layer. Right. First off, we are going to study the sitting down because that has been an absolute pain in the ass for me. So we're going to do what I think from my experience. Right, if you're sitting, that's curving up. And then you've got, like, obviously the hips. And then, obviously... So, you got, like, obviously the butt cheek there. So... And the measurement. Yeah. So, it should be a little longer than that. Remember, the other knee, by the looks of it, is down here. So I can't go any further than there. So we need to sort of rub that out. Undo. There we go. And just sort of... And get a thicker rubber, just so we can get the shape in. So sort of like that. And then if we measure it, so that it's actually down where near the end of the calf, which is actually really convenient for me. So the shape here should be from there. And then we should do it, hit the bottom of the calf. Hit the bottom of the butt, basically, with the calf. Like that. And then stick it out a little bit outside the leg. So we're going to be working at this leg first. There we go. Now we've got the front of it done. And then now we've got this sort of pot figure. Now, as you can see, we need to work on this bit just right away. So you've got this sort of bend going on here. And it sort of ends where we're just below that bend. So we need to work on this other one now then. So luckily for me, the hip, the knee's just under that. The hip's under the knee. And then you've got this nice little circle here. Hold on. Right, let's do that again. We've got this nice little hip here. Hold on. Why's my restream not popping up? Yeah, I've still got 3 viewers. I'm making sure like the viewers are still there. But we do that and then just sort of get that circle in. And then just sort of make sure. And then just the bottom of that calf, we need to make sure. We got up to 5, I think. Oh, hi, guys. Yeah, my restream ain't catching up. I tell you, sorry about that. And then just sort of around there. And then you got the butt. And then you got the circle there. Which means the joint should be round about here somewhere. Which means we've got to do this. Yeah. So we are going to just rub out this bit and ignore the bottom of that calf for now. I think. Let's have a look. It should tell me. How many are there? Will it tell me? Let me just reboot. Yeah, 5 of you. Hello, you lovely people. So, and then just sort of. So we've got that sort of like weird. It's a weird shape actually. I don't know what to call it. And then just sort of. And then we can actually build each other from there. Just sort of. Like that. And then where the ankle lies is just about. Hold on. Let me use the rubber to sort of dictate where the circle is ending and starting. And where this. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah. Thought so. So just above that. We need to go further down with the shape. Because. Which means. There we go. Right, if we get this circle. Well, it's not really a circle, is it? It's more of a. Something like that. And then. That's resting. And then the knee goes down quite further like that. Like so. And then. And then just sort of. Alright. And then. Just sort of. Yeah. Just further down the leg like that. There we go. And then just sort of. The foot should start. Literally, the ankle should start where that. Actually, I'll tell you what. We should start on just doing this leg. Because I've pretty much figured out the shape of this. So I'm being an absolute dipshit on that. So we're going to stop with that. See, this is why I need to work on my foreshortening, people. It's so I can learn these things. Like I say again, I do have a Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, DeviantArt, Mixer, if you so prefer. Links down below. And I am actually trying to hit affiliate with Twitter, by the way, guys. Right, so we need to sort of find out where the butt cheek lies. Like that. And then. Because it's 2 circles, isn't it? The circles overlap somewhere. Like that. There we go. And now, about a third up, the knee, that foreshortening is starting. And then halfway down the calf is there. So the knee should be here. Like so. And then you got the joint. And then it goes down a little like that. And then the calf should start there. And then it goes curving until that point. And then we should have like that. There we go. And then we got the other bit of the calf, which is like, it should start, yeah. Should start round about there, like I said, round about just about where that bend of that foot is. Hello, new person. How are you watching, wherever you're from? Because I've got like 3 channels showing this at once. You just sort of the gap. So if we actually, oh, I found a little trick. Yes, I have found a little trick. Nice. So if I'm doing something like that, the rule of thumb is a foot from that line, from where the ankle starts, should be always ending there as well. And then you got like that. Sort of like so. Which means overall, and now if we start drawing in the actual where the lines are, we should be able to get a really nice sort of look out of this. And then just like that. And then obviously we don't want it too far out. We want it sort of inwards a little bit, because that is like the front leg, and the front leg doesn't really bend until like that foot starts. There we go. And then we can get rid of those lines and actually just start drawing what we're seeing. And now we've got all the basic shapes we need in. And then just sort of, I'm wondering like, I wonder if Joe's available yet. I'm going to just check Restream for a sec, see if Joe's actually available. No, he's still on his mobile, so he won't be joining us. That's fine. And by the way, guys, feel free to get your friends joining on this stream, thinking art-wise they can benefit from this study session, because as you can see, this is everything I've done so far, studying. And then just sort of like so, and then just sort of all the way down, get that ankle out a little bit more, because I think that's a little too lower, that ankle, and it's too thin. There we go. So, and it's a bit too, we need to flatten that a little bit more, just a slight curve we want for that line, like that. And then same, roughly the same. Oh, hello dog, you're right. My dog's come to pester me. My little Bella. But yeah, I need to start improving badly. There we go. Like, for shortening wise, I need to really start improving. Now, this side is a little bit mucked up, to be honest. I'm going to be absolutely honest myself. I have mucked that up quite a bit. Like that, and then get that calf sort of right in there. It's not bumped out enough, so we need to get that calf absolutely showing. Like so, and then just sort of like that, and then that side of the foot just needs to be sort of small toe to big toe, like that. And then the big toe obviously got to be angled in a little bit more there, like that. And then just sort of yeah, and then that butt's got to be a little bit bigger, because that cheek is not the same size. Yeah, thought so. We need to sort of get that butt out. Let's curve that butt out a little bit. We need to get that circle just as big. And it needs to start there, and then just sort of... Right, we need to make that circle bigger. We need to make the butt bigger, because we like big butts and we cannot lie. You know you can't deny. Like so. And then... like that. And then just sort of clean up the line work. Like so. like that, and then like that, and then we'll rub out all the lines here, just so we can reveal what the study has yielded. There we go. And then just clean it up. And then just sort of... There we go. And... that line should be lower. And the line should be more directed that way. And then just sort of... So now, that's what the study has yielded. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to have to sketch my version of it. Sort of like my art style. And see if I can implement what I learned into it. So... obviously, using my anatomy style and stuff like that. Oh. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. First off, we need to do the big circle. And obviously align where the crutch is. Because the crutch, if I notice, is about roughly here. So, first off, we need to do a circle. A proper circle, James. Come on. There we go. And then just sort of... and obviously where the crutch is, it's about there. And obviously we need to make sure we get the circles. The hips stick out, so... edit, undo. We need to do the halfway line so we know where the circles are going. Silly me. And they need to overlap a little because obviously... we need to make sure we know where the butt cheeks are. And obviously if the crutch is there, then the butt should be like that. And then we've got the hips sort of going like inwards and then upwards like that. So hopefully that looks pretty good, hopefully. And then now we're going to have to implement everything we've learnt. So... and hopefully what we implement, and remember, James, you need to sort of, that's it. And remember where the calf is, like so. And then just sort of, and then when we rub it out, we should get like a calf and the leg. And then just sort of like that. And then the next one, right, we need to do a bit of a ball here. Instead of a line, we're going to use a ball, because if I've something discovered from the two circles, we have to put the knee somewhere about here, I would say, because obviously it's not absolutely halfway, which is, so that's wrong as well. We need to sort of just get it above a third, I would say, the third of the circle. Like there. So basically the butt then can obviously do that. And then that obviously where would the line be? And then obviously now I can actually create again. And yet again we could do it our own foot. So as you can see with my style, I'm actually now able to, even though I'm using my style, I'm mimicking what I want to do. So, which means now my brain's actually processing where the shapes should be, which is a very, very good thing. And now I can do this, because now I've learnt this trick. Like that. But if I want him to sit down, I now know where the knees are going to go. So now I've learned, okay, so it should be a third if you're doing a sitting position of the circle for the knee from the butt cheek. I know it sounds really odd, but And then just sort of like that. And then ankle. Ankle. And then like that. And now I can draw in what I want to draw in. So say if we want to do toes, we could do like the ball of the foot like that. And then big toe, second biggest toe, because it's like fingers. And then obviously, so we need to make sure with the toes they are anatomically correct. And obviously the size is the big toe and the is always bigger than the other toes width wise. And then obviously we need to learn how to do the foot properly like this. Okay, so I think we're just about ready for the line work now. Just checking if my mum's car's gone, because when I know that's gone, I'm going to say that's it for today. And then, let's see. And then... oh, edit, undo. This is the bit where I have trouble with still, the calves. But if I do this... oh... and then... like so. And then... and I think what we're going to do is actually do some clothing as well. Actually just... yeah, like that. And then just sort of... yeah, sort of like that. There we go. And then... now where we know where the knee is. Do it like that and then... actually, let's look at the study. Okay, so we know where the crutch is roughly. So it's roughly about there. But we need to do where the knee is, so from my style, I think what we should do, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, so feel free to actually turn around and say I'm doing something wrong, because this is a learning process for everyone today. So, yeah, the crutch is a little bit lower. Looking at the way that's done. So we know now where the shorts are going to be. The whole thing is wrong, is it? Is everything... are you being serious? Is everything actually wrong? Oh, for God's sake. You scared the shit out of me then. Oh, God. Shh, I'm gullible. Don't be mean. But, yeah, I think we've actually done the shorts thing wrong. Right, let's actually concentrate and get the leg shape right, and then I can actually figure out where the shorts go. And then just sort of... yeah, our butt cheek's too big on that side. You wanna... so... let's have a look at this study. So the shorts... I'm actually looking at this study now for actual reference. So sort of... so I'm just looking out the door. There we go. And is Kanichi still online? Yes, she is. And then just sort of... yeah, if we do it like that, and then... It's the upper calf with the... Yeah, alright, cool. So we got that. Now we're getting where to find out where the lines are. Like that. And then... Alright, edit, undo. Now we're getting where we're supposed to. So the hip's there. So really, that line work is wrong. Yes, that's what's throwing me off, is that. Yep. And then rub that out, because that line works absolutely messy. And then just sort of... Oh, edit, undo. Just sort of... Yeah, mum's going out, so that means I should be finishing very soon. So we'll make this the last study of the day, and we will continue to study it at some point, because I think this is actually really good for us to actually learn stuff like this. Or good for me, really. Sort of like that, and then just sort of... Like that, and then edit, undo. Edit, undo. I think that is wrong, actually. Because the big toe should be here. And then... There we go. And then... Edit, undo. And then just sort of... Like that, and then... And then just sort of... And then do that. Yeah, there we go. And then... Yep. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm quite happy with it. Now I'm actually learning things. It's actually getting there now. And then obviously we're gonna do that. And then just sort of... Edit, undo. And then sort of... And remember, guys, like I said, I do have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, DeviantArt, Mixer, and YouTube. There we go. We got all of them at once in my head. If you want any links, please let me know, and I will drop the links for you. Alright, so the toes are actually sort of... Yes. Sort of like that at the moment. So... Yeah. Alright, cool. I see where I'm going wrong with this foot. Yeah, I see where I'm going wrong. Just sort of... Just sort of... I'll tell you what, we'll do that, and then obviously that's the middle toe. So, and then... And... Like that, and then just sort of... Like that, and then just sort of make sure you got... Because obviously that foot's actually curling in. So... Now... We've got... No, edit, undo. Yeah, alright, cool. I think I'm happy with this now. And then just sort of clean up that line work a little bit. And then we're going to go to the shade layer. Now, where could the light come from as a study for us? I think we are going to make it come from this side. Just so... Edit. Actually, no. We're going to do it like this. Edit, undo, and just sort of... And then just rub that out there. And we're going to do thin shadows on this one. And just sort of... I hope you're enjoying this so far, the study, guys. I'll tell you what, we'll make a bigger pen. And actually just really go wham into it. And then what we can do is to give that effect the toes are bending forward. Just so. And then just so it like that. And just do the where the butt is, obviously where the shadow is. And then obviously the shadow comes from this side. And then so because since they're left, and then just sort of and then just obviously because the character's sitting down, like that, and then there we go. And then just sort of and then obviously because you've got the underneath the foot there, you've got to have some shadow there as well. Okay, cool. And then obviously so now we get the rubber and sort of just clean things up a bit. And just sort of and then get the shadow there. And then just sort of there we go. And then just help that calf out. And then just sort of there we go. There we go. Look, it's starting to come together now. This is something I want to do. And then just sort of there we go. And then just sort of get that underneath shadow. So you can tell like the toes are sort of curling back. And then just sort of hopefully this will be a very educational experience for you today, guys. And then get that. There we go. Yep, and then get that. And then obviously we need to make sure the undershadow's here and just about here as well. And then he's bending. And then here we need to sort of relax those shadows a little bit. Because obviously, there we go. And then just like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. We will continue these studies, I think, another time when we got a free stream coming up. But overall, I'm actually really stupidly happy with what I've done. Thank you. We will tweet in a mo. I hope, guys, we are going to finish, and we will, I'm definitely going to storm Kenichi, because I think she does deserve, because she has been supporting me wherever she can, so we want to support her back and give it a thumbs up. So, we're going to save this now, and save as PNG first as well, so we can upload this to, like, anywhere that people might want references. Yeah, I'm happy with the results. Yeah, alright, I haven't done as much as I wanted to, but overall, I think it's actually been really good, because I've actually now started to understand the foreshortenings, especially around the arms area, which I think was, well, I was really, really weak at. And I think we need to do a couple more sessions like this to actually, like, full on understand what I'm doing. So, Vamp Raid, give us your tea. Yes, we are. So, we are going to slash raid, because we are going to do this. And then con, because we need to make sure I'm really concentrated, because I'm a dyslexic as fuck. So, alright, guys, remember, I do have YouTube, Facebook, DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, Mixer, and for those who are watching outside of Twitch, please feel free to subscribe to all of them. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I felt we've had a really successful study, and I'll see you all later. Bye. And here we go. Come to the raid. So we're going to count down 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are raiding!